check, and I saw that you're not live, so just letting you know what's up.
What? I haven't. Oh my god. Sorry everybody. I didn't realize I was down. Do you know when I went down?
I just was playing a little bit of Fortnite and was stalking on your stream, and then I saw you weren't streaming. I'm like, okay, gotta warm for it.
Oh, when did I go down, I wonder?
I wish I could tell you that.
Okay. Sorry about that. I guess I better start again because the stream seems to have crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I accidentally hit the stop streaming button. That might have happened because, yeah, I think that might have been the case. I have to minimize OBS because, here's the weird thing about the Ace Attorney trilogy. It's not a full window. Yeah, I'm going to have to reload this case, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Just letting you know. And
thank you.
A little bit of a mistake. Instead of booking for today, the amazing digital, I booked for tomorrow.
Oh, well, it's just one more day.
Well, yeah, but the D&D for Final Fantasy XIV was supposed to happen tomorrow at 3.
Oh, that's right.
And I booked the wrong day. I instead of booking for 6,
can you cancel that booking and try and get one for tonight?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Because I realized a little bit ago that my session was supposed to be at 8, and I looked, and I marked for tomorrow at 4.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna assume.
I went there, and she's like, "Oh, your ticket is booked for tomorrow at 4 p.m." And I'm like, "Huh? I'm marked for today at 8."
Shit.
Okay. I'm excited to see this. How this is gonna end.
I do think you'll really enjoy it.
I still have my theory that that's gonna happen to the poor baby.
I can neither confirm or deny anything right now.
I know, but it's kind of... He's kind of on the verge. So...
I'm just gonna...
Yeah,
don't worry. I honestly, I do want to talk about it, but I want to wait till at least I know everyone I know has seen it. Or, you know, everyone who I know who wants to see it has seen it.
But I need to message Selena. I'm not gonna be able to be there for D&D tomorrow because...
Yeah. No, it's understandable. Alright. I do have a way to check where I must have accidentally hit stop stream at some point, and that was my bad. Hold on, let me see how far I got. Content. Video producer is a good way to see. Oh my god. Oh, no, hold on. It was 34 minutes. I'll just see how long that wasn't far into it. I'll try and skip ahead to it.
I just messaged the server that I booked the thing for tomorrow instead of today, so...
Okay, let's see.
Well,
okay, it looks like I got as far as Mia providing evidence. Oh, yeah. I mean, look.
I'm gonna be playing Fort.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen, love. Mistakes happen, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Y'all can still do it. Just one time I'm gonna not be there because it's at 3. My session starts at 4, so yeah.
Don't worry.
Happens.
Yeah.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes have been made. Sadly.
Hey, look. I'm not blaming you. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, but and when I was booking, almost the seats were almost full. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, people really want to see this film, so that does not surprise me.
No. Like, I don't want to sit like in the front of the screen. I want to sit at the back. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, am I gonna be able to get a back seat? Please, I don't want to be sitting next to the fucking screen. That's gonna hurt my eyes.
It's going to hurt your neck too, because you're going to have to look up.
And I'm tiny. I'm tiny.
Yeah, no, even if you're tall like me, like if you're sitting front row, you have to look up. It
Yeah, I'm
does
gonna
hurt
be
your
like,
neck.
hey, hello, Sky. Hi, Sky. Oh, my neck.
Yeah.
Look at my neck. Okay, love ya.
Love you too.
Bye.
Alright, enjoy your game.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, I have to skip ahead here. Yeah, I'm so sorry about crashing my own stream by accident there, guys. Big thanks to Blake for pointing that out, because I would have done the entire first episode off screen. That would have been embarrassing. Alright, so we're getting to the point where... So electrocution. Alright, here we go. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. This is where we left off. I'm pretty sure, according to the video. Electrocution, hmm? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of superpowered gun, stun gun? The answer to that will be crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? Lemon curry? That's Monty Python thing. That's kind of the way I said bad blood there. Anyway, what do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of this bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence. It might have been here. Might have been here where I left off, but we have to be sure. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. To find the evidence, you need to shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face? Oh no, I just gotta check some stuff real quick. Yeah, there we go. That's that's that fixed. All right. Just making sure there's nothing getting in the way there. Okay. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with Tab, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Alright. Oh shit, no! Ah, fuck! I can't believe I fucked it up already. No, we're not having that. We're not having that. I'm just going to skip ahead to that part again. That's embarrassing. Well, that didn't happen. That did not happen. Let's skip this as quickly as possible. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Come on. Oh, this is taking forever. I wish there was a quick way to skip the cutscene. Maybe by pressing escape. Oh, that didn't do it. Okay, cool. We gotta get through to the next part anyway. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna save at the question. So don't fuck it up again. I just better make sure I'm still live. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh god, this is what happens when you don't save often, kids. Alright, here we go. Are we nearly there? Okay, here we go. Nearly fucked this one up. Alright, hold on. Now we're going to save. This time I'm not going to mess it up. Yeah, we can save over the first farewell my turnabout. We don't need it anymore. There we go. Ooh, it's yellow. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? It was the girlfriend. Alright. Evidence. No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, try and set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tab. So be sure to go over all of it. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Easy enough, so we go to profiles. And Dahlia Hawthorne. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. He's done it again! Before cross-examination starts, he's already gotten to judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay, it's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Okay, here we go. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect? No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, I was at university. Mr. Wright, you understand that if you're suspected in the death of your... But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was... Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Alright, here we go. This is where we got stuck. The victim and I. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. It looks like the judge understands. You're behaving naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. God, I want to punch him. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie, a contradiction? Yeah, and it's not a very good one. Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Okay, so we just gotta press. We already read what he said. When you said there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. It's just easier to cough than fake sneeze. Anyway, Mr. Wright. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? A coincidence, huh? You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? How many times has Phoenix been falsely accused of murder? I think it's at this point in the timeline, this would be the first. And by Phoenix Wright 1, he definitely got falsely accused again. So at least twice. But I think there's been some other situations where he's been... Oh, yeah. from what I've played, there's been 3. Because, first case of Apollo Justice, you're trying to prove his innocence, which he is. We'll get there when we get there. We're almost there. Well, no, we're another 2 games away from there because I want to do the Investigations duology before I do the Apollo Justice trilogy. Because timeline-wise, it makes sense. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. Yeah, liar. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Do you know him or not? Let me have a look at the court record real quick and at the profiles. Alright. Yeah. Doesn't say anything yet, but I'm sure Winston's gonna pull something out. Do you know him or not? Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me, why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly? Who is this Dolly person? Dahlia Hawthorne. Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. That's Phoenix. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Ew! Ew! Disgusting. 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 Absolutely revolting to wear the symbol of the British Empire on your back. Ugh. You know what? I'm not feeling bad for this guy anymore. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean? Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? And it's just like, Judge. Okay, this is 3 years before the first game. How is this man so senile? He shouldn't have this job. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business with evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. I think I know what it is. It's the photo. I can handle it myself. Oh, yeah. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? 1 year ago, I was in this courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony. Yeah, it's the amendment to his statement. Okay, so first things first, let's check it. There is no Union Jack on the back of that jacket. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. That Union Jack was on the back of the shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his short, on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man did not simply stumble upon the crime of the scene of the crime. Aura, I guess. This is the most aura Max Payne will ever have. It's all downhill from here. Ugh. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How do you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright. Shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. Yes, but I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderer's intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped it by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. No, that doesn't make a lot of sense, really. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. He would have died instantly, though. It's electrocution. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The Court will accept them into the record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning with a large wave of electricity when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Oh, my poor buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. Stop talking about your ass, man. What really happened? Okay, here we go. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Lunchtime, eh? That's certainly before the time they met up. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible, but it is. It is far more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. He hasn't. This time he's on the money. Well, it's been a while since I played, but I think he's telling the truth this time. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is George. You have just been told. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oh, Phoenix, that's actually really adorable. Oof. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping someone all of a sudden. Yeah, there's a good reason why Mia doesn't like hearing anyone dating this woman. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Yeah, she's a dangerous one. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it's one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Oh, no. There's only one spider at the center of this web. One nasty person. Actually, I need to look up something about... I'm going to quickly check out Doug Swallow on the Ace Attorney Wiki. Just want to check some stuff out about his character. Not for story spoilers, but his design inspiration and his Japanese name. I want to figure some stuff out about his localization. I wonder if he was like obsessed with American things in the Japanese version. Just want to see. Okay, so Japanese name comes from Nando Kikozo. Comes from the Japanese phrase Nandara Kiko, meaning if you drink it. That's where his name, Doug Swallow, comes from. And as a possible reference to his attempt to warn Wright about poison. Yeah. Personality. Okay, let's see the trivia. Oh, it doesn't say anything. So maybe he was obsessed with British stuff even in Japanese version. Because I'm not finding anything about him being obsessed with American stuff. Sorry, I needed to check that out. Just to be sure. Oh, hey, Yin. Well, no, that's not how he died, Yin. But that is relative to what he was trying to talk about. All right. He was in the pharmacological department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. Well, let us press on that. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, Phoenix has a cold. Phoenix has a cold. He also has a girlfriend in this flashback. Yeah, we're playing as Mia. We're playing as Mia. This is Phoenix in his 3rd year of university, and this is Mia returning. Even though this is the first case of the 3rd game, well, unfortunately, I can't spoil. We're gonna get there, Yin. We're gonna get there. Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the Alchemist of IVU. Interesting name. Alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, I was a little suspicious he had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Ho, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What should I do? Should I ask him for more details? Let's see here now. Let's ask about the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much about much though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so they are high voltage cables everywhere. God, chemicals and high voltage don't sound like they should mix very well. But who knows? Someone might be trying to make a new Flash character. That's the DC superhero, you know, chemicals and lightning. That is literally the Flash's origin. High voltage cables. Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Alright. I want to go back here for a second. I want to also ask about... I'm just going to skip ahead of it because we've already read this. Let's ask about the time of the meeting. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping something up. Okay. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's get on with your testimony. Okay, so we got two things cleared up there. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a dumbass pompadour right now. And I'm not saying pompadours are bad, it's just Winston can't rock a pompadour. He really can't. Hang out again sometime. I wish that were true. Yeah, actually that would be nice if you know, Phoenix got to hang out with that guy a bit more. Oh well. So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Yeah, and you're going to see why he was mad with him in a second. Phoenix should have listened to him, though. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Oh, Phoenix, I thought you were done lying. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. Yeah, that's Phoenix. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Okay. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Ooh. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Yeah. Mia's got history with this girl, I'll just say that. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met up at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. She's 24. At least I'm pretty sure. Hold on now. Our profiles. I'm pretty sure she's 24 at this point. Oh, no, it doesn't have her there. Yeah, his pompadour bounces. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. I mean, in the first photo, there's a down power line. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, I'll just show you there, Ian. We just, yeah. He was pushed into the power line. That's what happened. How the murder was carried out, of course. Literally, Ian. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor? Yes, Miss Fay? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. So, we know the lab that Doug Swallow worked, that did his research in, where he studied, was powered by a lot of machines. And Phoenix and Doug met outside of the pharmacology building where they were doing their research. And the down power lines are outside of the pharmacology building where Phoenix and Doug met. Something must have knocked down one of the cables, and that is how Doug... Now, this is a good reason why you should have your power cables underground, folks. It protects people. Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Oh, hey, Jar. Now then, Miss Faye, let's see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Okay. So the first one here. Oh, yeah, I have to present it. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing even remotely that resembles a murder weapon here. Judge. Jesus Christ. Like, he forgets the girlfriend of the victim and the defendant twice. He forgets what the Union Jack is. And he can't see an obvious electrical cable. This is happening 2 years before the first game. How is this man still legally allowed to preside over a court? It goes well. I had a little bit of an accident where I somehow hit stop streaming and had to start again. But it's smooth sailing now. It's smooth sailing now. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? Judge, use your eyes. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Yeah, that's why you had the 2 notifications. Reason why that happened is the Ace Attorney trilogy does not have a very big window. And I had OBS behind it. OBS is open, but it's minimized now to avoid accidents. There is an umbrella there. We will get to the umbrella. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. Again, this is why you should put those cables underground with pipes surrounding them to protect people. So then, the high voltage cable, yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Honestly, fucking love that expression on Mia's face. She's looking like she's looking in charge right now. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use that cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. You're just pulling that out of your ass, Winston. That much is certainly true. No, it isn't. There's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of gaps that has not been investigated there. You guys are fucking jumping through hoops here. He does. He is very much sad puppy boy right now. How old is he right now? Because he was 24 in the first game. Or was he? No, 23 in the first game. Yeah, so he's 21 right now. He's just barely old enough to drink in the US. You know? He was 20. So I think he's 25 right now. That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Take a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean? Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest of the area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order, 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 that's enough. I think we can conclude there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. Why do you bring up your hemorrhoids? Why do you bring up your hemorrhoids so much, man? I knew that boy was guilty from the first time I saw him. This is why you're a terrible defense attorney, Grossberg. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor? At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. You have not... You are a terrible fucking judge. You always have been. Exactly. He's awful at his job. I'm sorry, but the deflated pompadour. The deflated pompadour on Winston Payne. Oh, do you have something to add, Miss Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. I mean... You know what? Bring in Judge Judy would throw Winston Payne out on his ass. It's like, you didn't do enough research, Mr. Payne. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Winston Payne has always been a dick. And I mean, his pompadour is gone in the first two games. So what does that tell you? Mia coming through like a boss. Miss Faye, no matter what it is, you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. Alright, I'm just gonna stop at Phoenix here for Yin to admire for a second. Drink in that face for a second there, Yin, and then I'll move on. Alright. There you go, yeah. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'm not actually coughing. That's just me trying to do it for Phoenix. Shush, Payne, I want to look at Phoenix. You go, Yin, you go. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. Oh. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that the swallow is dead. Yeah. I'm just gonna... This is playing automatically, so I'm not reading it, but if you guys can catch up with it, yeah. Oh, his GF, crimson, Yin. She is crimson. She is a crimson flag. What you just said Was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we are all absolutely convinced you are. Please, give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you? I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Yeah, Yin, you're right. You're going to see now in a second. It feels like my... Grossberg, stop being gross. I'm not reading that. And he means the original Harlem Shake, not that stupid viral meme from like 12 years ago. The Harlem Shake is an actual dance. When I pushed the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow fell back and touched the electrical cable. Yeah, but none of that is murder. At worst, that's manslaughter. And highly accidental manslaughter. So, you know, at worst you can charge him for assault and accidental death. But still, you know, he wasn't trying to kill him. He died from the shock, and that is, as they say, that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. Yeah, and you know who didn't notice it? The judge and the prosecution. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. But the other two doofuses in this courtroom, dear God, they need glasses. And Winston already has glasses. He needs a better prescription. Miss Faye? Let me warn you right now that that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. So what kind of things does Mr. Swallows say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Oh, Phoenix. You sweet, sweet, naive boy. Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on his jacket. He was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. That was not a light shove, Phoenix. You did a whole body twist with that shove. You knocked him on his ass. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen? Right, there was nothing like that at all. But it's possible that you merely overlooked it. Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like snap. You know? Come to think of it, it was the cable being snapped. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. No, that's not a snap. Electricity electrocuting someone isn't a snap. It's more of a bang sound. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. I say ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah, could it have been? Yes, could have been. Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped his umbrella he was holding. The umbrella snapped. Yeah, and that wasn't a light shove. The guy fell over and broke his umbrella. You knocked him ass over tea kettle, man. Obviously didn't kill him, but like, come on. Light shove, Phoenix, please. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Phoenix, the man is dead. Jesus. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye? What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. You can see where Phoenix got his penchant from bullshitting from. His mentor. Yeah. I guess that makes sense, Ian. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. Describing yourself there, Winston? Your Honor, I would like the prosecution to stop describing himself at this moment. This isn't about him. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. Unfortunately, he didn't fall on top of it, but it was broken. So if we actually have a look at it here, you can see it is broken, but it's not under him. So I think we present here. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. Well, what do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Order! 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 The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately. Finally, the judge is actually doing his goddamn job. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There is simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render the final judgment. No! I have to make him sound as pathetic as possible. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. All right. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness. Time for the showdown! Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness in this whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. She wants to take this bitch down. She's going to throw down with this bitch. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. All right, 11th of April, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's all right. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. You know what the funny thing is? Phoenix and Grossberg completely forgot about each other when the first game came around. Like, they completely forgot about each other. It's like, oh shit, yeah, we knew each other before. Oh. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Phoenix. No. No, she's the bad guy. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side anyway. He's getting played. This innocent young man is getting played by this devil woman. And I am not underestimating when I say that. This is a devil woman. Those braids going across her hair might as well be horns. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. Wasn't fate. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me this on the day as a day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. That darling little bottle is filled with the memories of my darling little dolly. Phoenix. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Oh, Phoenix. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Phoenix. Phoenix. I need you to use your brain. We know you still have one because you use it in the later games. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have happened to be on the 27th of August, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on the 27th of August, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look downstairs, reading room, and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be a help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is all about over. We'd better get moving. And I better save. Alright. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Alright, I need a save. Alright. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It is my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit, you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Why do you have this job? I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie, Judge, you're married. and she is way too young for you. God, this is inappropriate conduct. Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home. I don't trust him for saying, not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now. What is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Yeah, don't believe that. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the air. I remember that being in the DS game. But also, gross, inappropriate. Because let me just... it doesn't have the judge, but he's in his 60s. Winston Payne is 49. Dahlia Hawthorne is 20. Sir? Is there anything I can help you with? Just go on and say it. Just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. That was 12 seconds? Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. I've been planning to go to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Mr. Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall the hot flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never... That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win this case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before, once. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam, I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh ho ho! How wonderful! Is that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend. Oh, that's unsettling. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. Sounds more like she's telling the judge to just up and die. It's even worse. For me to get into the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating up until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? Oh, put away those crocodile tears. I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Okay, I'm going to be honest. If you're going to take the side between these two women right here, I'm sorry, but Dahlia just looks like she's fresh out of high school. Ew, gross. Whereas Mia is a full-grown woman. Right? And also way fucking prettier than Dahlia. I'm going to be real. But regardless, you should be taking the side of who is telling the truth. And clearly Dahlia is bullshitting. Instead, you two are being creepy old men. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. Oh, let me just check something here. Still alive. Okay, just making sure, because of what happened earlier. Okay, good. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, the judge will just get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Show contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never... Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. But that is, she has no supporting. But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my... No, you're not. You're not doing your job. You're letting this woman on the witness stand wrap you around her little finger. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you just came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. At that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Oh my god, this girl is full of it. Oh, give me... Yeah, even me is with me on this one. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now, proceed with your testimony. When you say students, you mean the students from the pharmacology department. Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. And also, don't try and make the pharmacology students sound that bad. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Yeah. Pretty much, Yin. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. Press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about these students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Right. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep and find the contradiction in this one. Yeah, she fucked up. Because we got Phoenix's testimony. There was a very loud sound when it happened. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking around, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Yeah, it's a nice umbrella. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on. I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean both your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. Why are you invoking the Norse gods right now? I imagine in the Japanese version of the script, she spoke of Raiden. You know, the Japanese god of lightning and thunder. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec. Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this case. Which one of these would be right? She didn't hear anything. She was listening to music. There was lightning. I'm going to go with there was lightning, because if your man was struck by lightning... Your Honor, There is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right? Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, the cause of death was electrocution. Isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Mia, I have been asking this entire franchise. This entire case is built on the promise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Yeah, it is also a very poisonous flower too. That's used to kill. That is used to make some. I can't remember the exact poison that dahlia flowers makes, but it is a dangerous one. So yeah, her name has like multiple meanings that fit the character, both with the dangerous woman aspect and also the fact that it's poison, which is something Dahlia loves, as you'll soon see. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now. Objection! Yeah, there we go. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. I mean, it's not just Mia, Winston. It's not just Mia. Everyone has a low opinion of you. Phoenix has a low opinion of you. Maya has a low opinion of you. I'm pretty sure Edgeworth barely knows who you are, doesn't care to know who you are. And when we get to Apollo Justice, Apollo's going to have a low opinion of you. And when we get to the second Apollo Justice game, when we meet Athena, Athena's going to have a low opinion of you. Anyway, proceeding on. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. Could have fooled me. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, the evidence of the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? What is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment is run on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred approximately at 3 p.m. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. You know, I'm going to be honest, I think Doug Swallow's family are quite, liable to sue Ivy University for gross negligence that allowed their son to be murdered. And I hope they do sue the shit. They did sue the shit out of the university. Student's testimony added to the court record. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped. It would have, if it had been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Fay? Do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. But I have to come up with something to try and regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well, let's hear it. Who or what is... okay, let's see. Who could have caused it to break? I mean, it could have been the umbrella. Considering where it is in the photo... Right, I'm going to save here anyway, just be on the safe side. Oh no, I can't. Shit. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Oh, it's not. It's not. Well, I'm just going to save real quick before I make any more mistakes. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Okay, I'm not going to read any more of that. I'm not going to give Winston that one. Okay, profiles. I mean, it could have been Doug Swallow, but... we don't have evidence. I'm going to chance it. Okay, no, I have to try again. I mean, I want it to be her. Okay, I think it's either Doug or Phoenix, so we're going to try Doug first. I mean, wait, let me try the photo real quick. Let me check his watch. 5 minutes after 3. Okay, that's important. Autopsy says 3 p.m., but it says it's 5. Okay, let's... no, guys, the photo's not going to work. Oh, I guess I'll present Phoenix. I don't... did I present Phoenix yet? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around the time of 3 p.m., correct? Yeah, it is a very doofus-looking picture. Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Yeah, because, okay, so here's the thing. Pharmacology students said that it was 5 minutes to 3, 2:55 when the power went out. And if we're to take the watch that that Doug Swallow was wearing correctly, it stopped at the moment of his death, which was 5 minutes past 3. So 3:05. That's a 10-minute gap. Well, what's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. The umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. It was the impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. No, he died next to the downed cable. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. Actually, considering the position of the cable, it's lucky Phoenix didn't, get electrocuted. Unless I'm not looking at the length of that right. I'm not reading the depth right. I could be my depth perception could be a little off on this picture. That couldn't have been electrocuted by severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? Yin, I'm gonna... a little bit of a spoiler here. There was no poisoning victim this case. This is also me and Dahlia's second time meeting. This woman has a body count. And I'm not talking about the bedroom kind. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. She's 20. Dahlia is 20. I can prove it right here. And just to show how creepy the judge and Winston are being, the judge is older than Winston. We don't know how old exactly, but he is older than Winston, and Winston is 49. Yeah, she dated Doug. Yeah. Yeah. They're fucking being creepy. Real fucking creepy right now. Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge? Judge, this girl is old enough to be your granddaughter. Winston, she is old enough to be your daughter. Stop being weird. Of course, all right. Just go ahead and give me your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Oh yeah, she is a manipulator. But if we were to follow the half your age plus 7 rule, okay, so 49, half of 49 is 24 and a half years. Then you have to add 7 to that. That is 31 and a half years. This girl is far too young for fucking Winston. And the judge is older. The judge shouldn't be dating anyone under the age of 35, I think, at best. At this point, at best. That's really pushing it. Ugh, it's creepy. And that's only the rule of thumb. You should be dating older than what the rule of thumb one is. Like, that's bare minimum okay. Still a bit creepy. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But then Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all happened in less than a minute. That is a lie, and I can prove it. Have to press her first, though. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that's when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Oh, of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. So yeah. Enough of the squickiness anyway. Let's move on to taking down this evil girl. Oh, I got my caps lock on. Better turn that off. Wait. Oh, the light is just on. Anyway. Wait, oh, she doesn't have the less than a minute line. Oh, she does. I think I can present here. Yeah. So. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. Yeah, oh, the photo with the watch, but I think also the testimony could have worked there too, because I think it's the two together. You will in a minute. Could you please say... Oh, I see what you did there, Mia. Could you please take a look at this photo? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine what I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at precisely the time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Fay? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Yeah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, exactly what happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order! Order in the court! What is this? This is nonsense! The real murderer? Even you can't deny the time between the cable break and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. And there was a window of opportunity for the real killer. Yeah, Dahlia. 100% Dahlia. Miss Fay? Is the defense ready to indict someone as the real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. Now then, Miss Fay, let's have it. Who is the real killer? I mean, it's pretty obvious who the real killer is. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. Like, if I was me, I would like Dahlia Hawthorne. It's this bitch right here. I would interrupt the judge and just like, it could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing the whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really just listening to music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Order, Miss Fay! What? I mean, why? That is to say... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene. It was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge you are... Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. What is it? Please strike everything from the defense said from the just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't have done something like that. Mr. Wright, get back to your seat. Oh, he is deep in denial. Bailiff, grab that man. Now, you see, Phoenix falling for this girl, I will accept. 20 and 21. You know, they're very close in age. Alright? This, completely understand it. He should still have seen a lot of the red flags, but Phoenix does. Phoenix at this age likes wearing rose-tinted glasses. So he can't. All the flags just look like flags. Arrgh. Leave my Dolly alone. He's in deep denial. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I have arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, let's have a look at the newspaper clipping and that report. Very little information is disclosed at this time since the victims yesterday...
yourself, you silly fucking butt crust.
I don't know who redeemed that, but hi Faye, I see you're in here. Who was it redeemed that? It's not showing up on Mix It Up. However, the police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Yep, because it happened 10 months ago.
Hey, you know what? You.
Normally the person who would redeem these would be Blake, but I don't see Blake's name on Mix It Up right now. Is it Aoife? Aoife, did Blake put you up to this? Oh no, Blake is here. Now she's showing up for some reason. What the fuck? That's so weird. Mix It Up is covering for Blake. That's what's happening. However, the police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Alright.
Hey, Mix It Up just likes me.
Ah, I guess that's true. Also, hi, welcome in. Location, District Courtroom Cafeteria. Date, time, 27th of August, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando. 28 years old, occupational lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup.
Okay, bye.
Okay. You're gonna like the next case, love, but we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, there is a lot of poison. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Yeah, Mia and Armando were an item. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, I... May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear.
You're gross, Winston. You are very gross.
I have the situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying that you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, but please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. Yeah. So, think about it. She was accused of poisoning someone. And Doug Swallow worked, or at least studied, in the pharmacology department. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day where she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she had no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she in fact had a very good reason. Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I first met darling Feeny 8 months ago. It was like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Oh God, Phoenix. We are so lovey-wovey. We literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Phoenix. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her! People still say that. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. This happened before the first game. Keep that in mind, why this man shouldn't be a judge. My critics even have taken to calling me Judge Fickle. They're right. Your critics are not wrong. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Thank you, Mia. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. I only believe that for the verdicts when it comes to the characters we play as. I don't buy it for any other case this man does off screen. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. Marvin Grossberg, you look me in the eye and tell me that that's true, because I don't buy that for a second. It's like we were testing that, but it's just the courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student. Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in the courthouse reading room?
That's a landed question. It's a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case... I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'll better tread carefully. I'm going to keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this.
We fucking got her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Because remember when we read that, Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because you were of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
Well, what is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
I like her. I like the cocky smile on her face better than yours, Winston. A lot more. 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? Yeah, Judge, it's almost like you should be in on that. The name of the suspect in that incident listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, this sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order, order, order! This is unbelievable. It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the crudest thorn.
Miss Faye, this is not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Her personality is shifting. Did you notice the shift there?
Pardon me, go right ahead.
It's true about 8 months ago.
The police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see. Okay. I've got tied the two crimes together. Now I just gotta stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really got my heart. You've lit a fire in my heart. And my buttocks. Grossberg, I want you to stop talking about your hemorrhoids. Please. Stop bringing them up. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed. My spirit... God damn it, Marvin! Stop it! No one wants to know. Yeah, no wonder he's called Grossberg. Yeah, there is a bit of color theming there. The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison, that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't know where to get poison like that.
Yeah, you would. If you dated someone in the pharmacology. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about all out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
The defense was always strong. And it's showing how much of a weak, pathetic little man you are, Winston.
Aha, Mia, you're growing with the true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
Let's get her.
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. I didn't even have to press. I knew exactly how to get this bitch in the corner. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit would never have obtained such a rare, special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you have access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table, you. No!
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless... May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying that I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. Mia, you already have the proof.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding that poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse this young lady of committing the murder...
No, he was. She didn't come on to Phoenix because he was becoming a lawyer, but because he was there at the time. Which, he was there because he was becoming a lawyer. It is the necklace. It's got a bottle on it. A small bottle necklace. Looks big enough to carry about 2 teaspoons, right? You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you pass it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant wasn't this witness's accomplice? Of course not. Well, an unwitting accomplice. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It really is quite cute. So what about it? What does this mean, Miss Fay? That day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. 27th of August, the same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that wouldn't give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Order in the courtroom. Oh, Phoenix. On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Oh, Mia, that's really mean. That's really mean. Like, you know, Phoenix is a handsome enough young man. Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I should think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. Yeah, 21-year-old Phoenix was not the sharpest tool in the drawer. I mean, he's still kind of dumb, but he's improved. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. Oh, he's more... Yeah, his heart is getting torn out right now. No, that's a lie! Whoa! Mia, are you alright? The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Mia, are you alright? He didn't just run, he grabbed the necklace. He bum rushed Mia and took the necklace. Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. Yeah, but Phoenix has set the precedent now, and believe me, it's only going to get worse from here, Judge. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. Even Phoenix, I know you're desperate. I know you're desperate, but for fuck's sake. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew into it little bits at first, but yeah. Ugh. What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem, guys, it is far too early to say. No, there must have been some mistake. The bottle must not have been any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Oh, that's going to bite him in the ass. Which is why I can state your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in the court of law, evidence is everything. Yeah, exactly, Yin. Exactly. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Nope. Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to... Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, this is the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. She's not, Phoenix. If anything, your testimony has incriminated her. So Dahlia stole the poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. See, this is why Phoenix has learned never to withhold stuff. This is his learning moment, Yin. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning on killing? There was one person standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember how Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how could that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright, this must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the only piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Which is your boyfriend, Mia. That's kind of cold to say that attorney. Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of that bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Rice refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, now we're seeing the real her. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Well, that's kind of rude, but yes, he is quite senile. Why don't you just say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked?
Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. She is only 4 years older than you. I can't let her get away this time. Stop me, If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Grey?
What is she even saying with that? Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence to establish her guilt once and for all?
Yeah. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so. Yeah, it's the medicine bottle. Where else would it go? I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly. Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will only allow one piece of evidence be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine?
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Remember in that flashback that Phoenix showed us how Dolly was holding Doug's hand? Yeah. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. You have no idea, Ian. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime. including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and cut the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought who had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She hid it. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey. Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being, well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too. Okay. Huh? Why, yes. I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Whew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. Well, that is spoilers for later, for later chapters. That's all I can say, Ian. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There, it's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust this witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? Well, you see, yes? And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much how much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? my hair! It's flying off my beautiful hair! No! No, no, no! I mean, you were losing it anyway, my guy. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor. I'll file the papers for her arrest immediately. And now we're back to the original Winston Payne hair. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was... Fuck off, Joe. I'm not reading that. No. No. I am not letting you have that. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. Thank you, Mia. By the way, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne? This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright. This court is adjourned. 11th of April, 316 District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mia, you are wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's right. No, it's not. Frankly, it's not rude. Anyway, this case has really made me think. What does it really mean to a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. Oh, Phoenix. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was just like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. Don't worry, he will. Slowly, but surely. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Considering your friend group includes Larry Botts, I believe you. Eek, what kind of company does this guy keep? Mia, wait till you meet Larry in the first ever case of Phoenix's career. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to study my butt off. I'm become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. I mean, you end up working for her. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I've become a lawyer just like I planned, and I managed to save my friend. But Mia passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones.
And memories that I thought that would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in her mind. Well, in fairness, Maya and Pearl summon her a lot, so you don't... It's not like death has really stopped her that much. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Alright. Well, might not be another day. I will continue this later. That's the first chapter. We still have more to go. I will probably do the next episode a little bit later. His name is Godot. I will tell you that much. And I think Blake is really going to like Godot. Yeah. And that headwear is not just to look cool. He kind of needs that. But yeah, I'll wait till Blake gets to see him later. She's going to love him. It is for his eyes. Yes, he has a hard time seeing. Anyway, I am going to end this stream for now. But I will be back later after I had some dinner. And after my dinner, I'll do another stream where we'll do episode 2. I don't know how much of episode 2 we'll do because prologue was a lot longer than I thought it was. But I think this one's roughly the same length. I think it might be a bit longer. Can't remember. Anyway, guys, we'll at least get a start on episode 2 later on. Okay, see you guys later.